Hi everyone. Thank you for taking tea. It's good that when you have cooked something, there's someone to eat it. And that's why when Wakili cooked for us information, we are here to eat it. And then we've ended up eating also food for the stomach. We are requesting anyone who drove and parked their cars outside to bring it in, because we are told outside is park at your own risk at this time. Lakini ndani, your car will be safe. And then, for power of numbers, we are going to have to move everyone who is on the left to the center, and anyone who is on the right. Of course, there's no one on the right. Please join us in the center so that tuko karibu karibu and we are tunapendana, you know. Alafu unasonga mbele, you move to the center and you sit in front. Get this information firsthand. Daisy, please move forward. At exactly 5, we begin the next session, which I assure you is the most interesting session. I'm not saying those past sessions were not interesting. I'm just saying the most interesting session. The session that is gonna tell you about green card, something that I know is very common, but the knowledge that we have about it is quite limited. Having the opportunity to know more about it from people with first-hand information is quite important. So let's get ready for a heated session. Please don't get scared. If you have a question, feel free. And if you can't ask the question, I am your to-go-to person. I will ask the question in a language that pleases you, in a language that you feel Wakili will understand best. So, anyone with a question, as we wait for those who've gone to park their cars inside to return? We don't want to leave anyone outside because they're already in, and it's important for us to have them back as we begin the next session. So I think as we wait for them, there's a question here. The handwriting is quite beautiful. I think she's a doctor by profession. So if you see me stumbling as I read, please forgive me. But I'm going to try. So the question is for you, Wakili. If someone has been denied visa 2 times on F1 visa, I graduated 11 years ago, not me. I'm asking on behalf of someone else, because I think I graduated 20 years ago, so this does not resonate with me. So I graduated 11 years ago, graduate degree in bracket. What other options are available, or what can one do to increase chances? What other visa options are available, like work, etc.? So Wakili is going to give us options that are available. But just to top that up, Wakili, there's someone who had asked earlier, they wrote a message, and they said theirs is like a testimony, so it's very familiar to this. They've been denied visa like 3 times, And the last time they were denied visa because they did not have or do not have enough home ties. So they don't have a family, that means they are still a young girl or boy. They don't have land, they don't have nothing to bring them back. So when they go to the visa, to the embassies, they are not given visas based on the fact that nothing is returning them home. Wakienda watapotea huko, in short. So Wakili, as you respond to this question, maybe you can just put the other one so that they can all get their answers.
So, and I'm going to hold the question because interview we are going to do is going to address those questions, going to address, and on purposely, that was one of the questions I wanted to ask them, so that I can see how they respond, and they can coach people on what are there. So, good questions, back them, and then we address it. So, where is my, is she? What I want to do is, as we come back, to settle down mandazi, doma, and what have you. Sijui mmekula nini, wengine nimeona amekula 4 mandazis. My sister over here, wewe, sijui utaenda wapi. Kunywa maji, na Daisy pale, umekula samosa 5. Naona wengine wananiangalia, nimechukua saa 3. By the way, there's a lot of food Daisy there, isn't it? Can somebody, Daisy, can you raise your head? That's if you need food to pack, to kuweka kwa tubo, she is there, okay? See her, she's gonna help you do that. So I'm waiting for them for someone to play the video. I am so big in motivational speaking because I realize if you share work alone, you are gonna feel more than not. So I try to seek advice to those who are probably ahead of me in the game of wealth searching, or in the game of life, or friends, or family, because I realized that there is the power of many, and you think through life, a lot of the struggles that people go through is either they decided they don't want to talk to people, they want to walk alone in the journey, they don't want to share. Now, let me tell you a statistic that it's a sad statistic, but it's true. In America, a lot of Kenyans are dying or have died. We have buried so many young teenagers. For those who are planning, I'm not trying to scare you, it's a lot of opportunity. But because of the stress of life, because of the stress of the journey before you settle down, I think it was 18.59, Hold on, I'll check that. Because of the stress of the people, of the work, the loneliness, I think 18.59, something like that. Because of that, a lot of people go and close themselves in homes, don't share with friends, don't want to tell their relative back here that they are struggling. I'll be honest with you guys. My first 5 years in United States of America, as bright as I was, as smart as I was, as intelligent as I was a struggle that I cannot imagine. It was going through hell, okay? You are there, you have no papers, you have no friends. Think about somebody who used to manage others in Kenya. My first job was cleaning toilets in America. And I did that for 3 years. Because I have this belief, sometimes for you to go to the top, you have to go from the bottom. And for us who immigrate, we're always thinking you're going to the land of honey. And then you go in there and you realize it's out of bathrooms, hard work, digging lives and things like that. By the time you realize that, you are deep in a hole. And guess what? None of us want to share that story back home because we don't want you guys to worry that our son, our uncle, our brother went because that depression will come to you. So what most Kenyan Americans do is they live with the struggle on their own and they die on their own. We had one lady, 21-year-old, burned herself in the house. We had a boy, 18 and a half, who their father sent them there, shot themselves. Yeah. We had a mother, a woman, up there, divorced with the husband within the first year of American life. She took a rope, hung herself. A lot of Kenyans kill themselves there. That's why before you go out there, before you search out there, have a plan B. What's a plan B? The plan B should and always should link them with a community, with people about their lives. Because America is hard. America is extremely hard. You all think the way I used to think. I was getting $1, I'll multiply by 120, and I'm like, holy cow, I'm just gonna go out there, work for 1 year, build my castle, come back home. 6 years in the line, I was trying still to find a home to live. 6 years in America. Because I could not get a job to pay me enough to get a home, to get an apartment, and please tell me when you're ready with that video. Build a home and get ready and start giving my family money. And guess what? People here in Kenya, they're like, he went to America, they can't help us. Please don't blame your friends, your family who is up there. They are struggling. No, I'm not talking about it. I know you understood that. I'm not talking about your uncle. I know you understood that. But I know most of you have friends who are there. The other aspect you don't realize, because we don't have papers, we can't fly back. That's why you see some of us staying 10 years and we can't come back to the country. Because the moment you step out of the border, yako imeisha. You're done in America. You can't go back. So what do? You keep struggling until maybe you get those papers, you marry someone, something happen, you get working permit and travel permit. Okay? Now, I am a first generation there for our family in America. When I went there, I knew nothing about immigration. Okay? Luckily for you, I'm there. I know what needs to happen for you to get papers so I can help you. If you go there, you have no idea whatsoever what happened. You have no idea how to navigate the ways of the American life. It's going to kill you. Because yes, you're going to make those dollars. You're going to be paid $10 an hour. You multiply that by 8. You think it is $80. You multiply by, 120. You think it's 9,000 Kenya shillings. And you're being paid that a day. Then you think you're a millionaire. Then here come a phone bill that's $100. Here come that is $300 a month. Here come rent, which is $900 a month. Here comes your car, because America, you can't use bus. There are no buses. There are no matatus. There are no tuk-tuks. So you got to own a car. So you're paying a car note. That's why people never manage life in America for the first year of their life. Guess who manages? Which is the good news. Good news is if you win the lottery, then you go there, you have working papers, you start afresh, you're good. But don't go there without papers, especially now with Trump there. As a lawyer, I can help you, but only so far. Don't come there saying, I don't have paper, Joe, how can you help me? I may not, because American law is American law. It's not like here, where I got my ID in 2 days, and this is Kenya. I love Kenya. I love Kenya. That's why I want to come back, because I went to that office. They said to get an ID, it's 3 weeks. And I said, no, I got to get it in 2 days. What do I need to do? I did what I needed to do. I got it in 2 days. So Kenya is great. America, you can get it in 2 days, but the third day you'll be in jail. Okay? All right. So let's watch this video. Is it ready? Not yet. All right. So it's it. All right, let's watch this.
decision to endure was simply the best one you ever made.
Isn't that true? Despite all the stuff I just told you, America, despite all those struggles, it's not going to come easy for you. And I'm pretty sure it's not even easy here in Kenya. But if you persevere, one step at a time, one day you look back and say, yes, it was worth it. And I give myself as an example. I struggled a lot in America, my first years there. Okay? Raising three children, going to school to study my master's was not easy because I had barely enough money to eat and to feed the children. Then after that, I finished with my master's, and here I am, Joe, thinking I can be better than this. Okay, I can be better than just having finance. And I decided to go to law school, something that I really wanted to do even when I was here. And that was even harder because as a father, you're expected to provide. Even in America, that doesn't change. As a dad, you are expected to plan for tomorrow. And it's hard to plan for tomorrow for other people if you don't know your tomorrow. Okay? But I persevered 4 years in law school. Then 1 year, went to New York, studied for the bar, worked in New York. My family is living miles in Ohio. I'm working in Ohio, flying every week, working 2 weeks, coming back home. That was hard. I can't even imagine. You guys can't even fathom that. But as you continue to persevere and work through it, then the journey somehow it become easier, And I wish I had somebody who could have shared with me the same story I'm sharing with you free of charge. Because there is no journey that is as easy as you might think. It doesn't matter whether you're going Qatar, you're going America, you're going to Canada, wherever you're going, they all have restrictions, they all have rules, they all have challenges. The challenges might be different. The challenges might be put on a different plate. But guess what? You all swallow them. You all go through them. You all eat them. And so that video always reminds me that you don't measure success by the output. You ought to measure success by the footstep, by the journey, by all the steps you took to get there. And so when you see people who are successful in this country, I'm not talking about corrupt leaders, I'm not talking about those who are taking your money and, whatever. I'm talking about hard, mad money. Somebody who is sweating day and night to put food on their family. It could be your mother, it could be your father, it could be your dad, it could be your uncle. You young children respect what they do. So I'm going to cover the next few slides real quick because what I want to do a mock interview. That way for the young people and the parents, they can see. So I will need a couple chairs here somewhere. But let me go through the few slides remaining. And how much time do we have? I'm always like to keep time. To edit everything? Okay. And then if the people are hungry, please bring them mandazi and chai here because they are not getting a break again, okay? So ushers, please let's do that. If somebody needs tea while you're here, let's take care of that. Where is my Daisy? Where is Daisy? Not the other Daisy. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Oh, sorry, you already did that. Okay, so we didn't cover this. These are, and my cousin here asked these questions about refugees and all that. Okay, so Kenyans, there's only one area we qualify because a lot of people, this one is used mostly in countries where there is no stability, where there is war. Think of Somalis, Congos, people who are brought in these countries as refugees. They are housed by United Health Commission or UNI, whatever, the Nairobi people. They are put in planes, they are dropped in America, they get green card there and then. The first 1 year they start working. All these Somalis you are seeing, all these Congolese you are seeing, those are our clients. We have no issues. They come there in buses. That's a good way. So if you're coming from a country that has war or political instability, Miguna, that's one of the visa he applied for, okay, when there was political instability. So you can take advantage of that. I'm not saying when the Gen Z is on the street throwing stone, you go back to the embassy and tell them, look what the Gen Z are doing, I need a visa. They are not going to allow you to do that. That's not what you're talking about, okay? But if you believe that this president who is here, there is no stability in the country, you can apply it. I guess it's not going to, Kenya is hard because Kenya is one of the most stable countries recognized by America. So for you to even tell them that Kenya is unstable, that reason may not fly. The area that a lot of, and this applied to mostly women, is genital mutilations. So for the women that were practicing circumcisions and all that for circumcision, that's an area that we have used where they come to me and say, hey Joe, I'm running away because my uncle and uncle, they are planning A, B, C, D. How can I run away? When that happens, I'll call the embassy, we'll file the papers, they'll come and try and prove that that's going on, they'll try and get certification and all that, so we can do that. So for women, girls, that's possible. If you're in politics and you think your life in danger, we can also do that. We can also file for your asylum. We become there 1 year, you get your paperwork. Humanitarian parole programs, that really is for Ukraine, Cuban, Haitians. It works, they get that a lot. All right, let's see what the next slide say. All right, next slide. This is the most famous way of people getting visa to travel. It's what you guys call lottery, okay? Unasikia watu wanacheza sijui mnaitanga Swahili, I don't know, I'm sorry. I'm not yet get back to my roots of Swahili, but I will. Sijui inaitwanji hapa. But think of this. Globally, only 55,000 visas are available through the lottery. That's all countries, not Kenya, all countries. So if you look at Kenyan allotment, on even every country gets 7% of that 55,000. So there is 3,850 green card available for Kenya. 2023, out of the 3,417 applicants, out of all 119,262 applicants, only 3,000 were given lottery. In 2024, only 3,760. In 2025, increased to about 4,000. Now, Kenya is one of the top. Out of all African countries, Kenya is one of the countries that we have these many applicants. It means Kenyans, we're intelligent, we're knowledgeable, we know you exist, and we want to take those opportunities, which is great. However, look at the last one I highlighted in 2023, where we had 3,417 applicants who are selected and given the DV lottery. Only 781 qualified. Let's talk about it. Let's think about that. That's a very small numbers. And why? That's the session we are going to. So, Ashas, can I have two chairs over here? And I want 2 young volunteers. Who is a volunteer? I want 2 young volunteers here. And young at heart. I didn't mean age. I want young volunteers, and we're going to do a game here. A Game of Thrones. Because we're going to cover that. If you don't volunteer, I want 2 volunteers. Young and hot. Okay. 1, 2. All right. I need a young man and a young lady. I want somebody who has gone to the interview. Let me select it. Have you gone to the interview? I want somebody who has gone to the interview and failed. I'm not trying to embarrass you, but I'm trying to help others. Yeah, Charlotte. Call Charlotte here. Okay, now I just need one guy. Anybody? Come on, let's clap for them. Come on, people. Let's clap for them. You see? Now, my ushers, make sure you give these people a gift, as we had said. All right. So we're gonna, Charlotte, and what's your name?
There is Charlotte.
Okay, and what's your name, sir?
David Kinyo.
David Kenya and Daisy Chow. So, I think I put, let's push your hair, that way I don't have to walk in front of you. It's disrespectful. I can just be, yes, lie here. Okay? So, I know you heard about me talking about a dream, and I know you probably have that same dream. You probably have acted on that dream. So, what we're going to do now, we're going to answer why 781 people out of 3417 that had made it never make it through. And can somebody else take over the computer and push through to the next slide? If it is still puzzle. Awesome. So in general, here are, before we go into this acting, these are the challenges that most of the people do. It's a long wait time for visas. It's complex rules and quotas rule. 24%, only 7% can apply. Only 3% of those who qualify can get visas. Fraud, number 3 there, that is the biggest. Not just for Kenyans, everywhere in Africa. You meet people who call themselves experts. But if you ask them a question on what role is it based on what you're telling me, they have no idea. But unfortunately for us Kenyans, we trust so much. We trust people more than we should. And that's why in this room, I have clients in this room. Okay, more than 5 of them who have gone through the same shenanigans of being defrauded by their fellow Kenyans. Because why? These crooks, they sell hope. This crook, they sell you dreams. So you do not have control of your dream, that somebody is going to sell you that they have. The dream of their own money, not about you. They're good people. I'm not saying everybody is bad. They're good people and they do a good job. But you got to be very careful, because if you don't, then you're going to fall in the same foot traps that most have. Okay? So these challenges, let's go to the next. But at the end of the day, though, there's hope. There's hope because now you're more knowledgeable, you're more intelligent, you know you have a lawyer who is in America who you can call, you can touch base, you can ask me questions, I'll respond to you, okay? I have a team here locally that I'm setting up. They'll be able to link up with you, with me every time, okay? I shared a couple things here. There's a question that was asked by somebody: what are the most common pitfalls that we see when people do go to the embassy 1, 2, 3, 4 times, they keep failing? I just highlighted a couple things that I have learned through my experience. The one of them is fake documents. I have a Kenyan, a friend of mine, who was applying for visa. They was applying with a different names, different birth certificate. I knew them as Jogona. The paperwork said they were Kemani. It looked genuine as ever. Genuine. And then unfortunately, when it went to the embassy, there was another guy who had used the same crooks to create the same document, because they are all recycling. Okay? If one person becomes successful, you know what they do? They use the same document. They don't even change the name. They may change the spelling, but then Americans must matter. The system must matter. Okay? That's one of the things we have seen. Invalid translations. You know, we have a lot of Congolese where they are translating the document, it is very invalid. Okay? Missing DS260. DS260, think of it as a form that you have to fill when you apply for visa for the government to know who you are. Okay? Misrepresentation or omission. Different stories. Where did you go to school? This. What did you do for X? And then when you got to fill DS260, you forgot what you did on education, and you missed one thing, or you stated something differently. That's a no. It does. Financial insufficiency. That hardest for Kenyans. A lot of Kenyans can prove that they have enough assets, and I'll tell you why when we do this interview, because it is critical. It's part of ask on how to answer that question. They can't, they don't have enough money in the bank, they don't have assets. They go to sponsors, the sponsors are not sufficient, so they can't do it. Criminal security issues undisclosed, okay? This is what used to happen before. You go to police, you got to have a police abstract, okay? That's a requirement for US. So when you go to the police, good conduct. A lot of Kenyans are good, but a lot of them are not, okay? They had some issues on their history, and America, number one, America doesn't like people they can't trust. If I've ever been involved in fraud, trust issues, fighting, any criminal activities, America is not for you, okay? The jails there are wide open for you if you have those kind of conduct. So it's always good to keep, Cassandra, push the next one. So that's it. So let's see what the last one was. Okay. Yes. No. Go back to one slide more. Health issues. Okay. This is usually the funny one. Okay. Not that Kenyan are sick, because if you're really sick, here we are not talking about homas and things like that. We're talking about you have a health concern based on American standard. You have incurable diseases, or you have a DUI, which is I shouldn't call it DUI. It's more an alcohol problem. Okay, you have a depression problem. They are going to exclude you because they don't want to take those people there. So you have that, you have a chance of not getting. But this is, most people, when they go there and they have a food issue where, hey, I'm a vegetarian, and they're told by the doctor, your iron is out, is down, or something is down, or you need to cut down your cholesterol, eating too much red meat. A lot of them respond, I love eating cows and goat. I can't cut meat, I love meat. I can't eat that because I'm dieting. American doesn't know what you're doing here. They don't care about all that dieting. When you, please, maneno ya dieting, live in your own house. Ukienda kwa embassy, whatever they want you to do, do it. Wakikuambia you need to eat more iron, while I say, yeah, I'm actually got a doctor, I have a doctor note, I have all these ions I'm eating. In the next couple weeks, I'll be back to normal, okay? Don't tell them, I can't eat that because my diet does this, or my whatever. No. If they tell you, hey, we got a health concern here, have you done anything about it? Tell them, yes. I'm exercising 10 days in 7 days. Okay, I'm exercising 25 hours a day. Okay? Get there. Okay, drive the point home. Right? We call no point post entry. We're going to do a drama here that is extra printer. What does that mean? Let me tell you, when you're trying to get a visa, whether it's a student visa especially, whether it's a visitor visa, what the American people or the government want you to know, or want you and other people to know, is you're going back to your country. So if you go there and you're telling them, oh, by the way, my uncle, my nephew, my sister-in-law, they're all in America. They left our country 100 years ago. That doesn't show any intention of you ever coming back home. So if you're not a migrant, who is person who has been given a lottery, a green card to go live and work in America, if you're a visitor, if you're a student visa, it's critical that you have to prove you have ties back home that will force you to come back home, whether you like it or not. In fact, if you go to the embassy and they ask you, do you want to come back home? You tell them, yes. After I finish, I have my chicken, I have my goats, I have everything here. My house is here, my cousin are here. You know, things like that. So that's a great point. And we'll see it here, okay? Let's go to the next slide. All right. Let me not conclude, because I don't want to conclude until we do this. It's okay, Casey. We'll do that. Go back to the last slide. So what we're going to do, let me start with, I want you to sit on the front seat here. Sit over there, and you stay here. I'm going to start with you, Daisy. So I am the officer. Can we give Daisy a mic? My learned friend, I'm going to use your poster here because I want to think, Daisy to think I'm through that window. Do they still have a window? Who have gone to the, they still got to do it to the window, okay. So I'm going to turn this. Of course, you can't see me because I'm seated here. You can see my nose. So you assume you can see, don't assume you see me because you can't see how I'm dressed. You shouldn't do that, okay? So we're going to start. So, and you can come close to me. So I want you to walk here. We'll say good morning, okay? You're going to find two different people. The first one, what I expect you to do, I expect you not to say good morning, okay? I want you to think that I am the one who is supposed to say good morning, okay? So this is how the interview goes. Think of yourself, once you are called, F1 visa, whatever, you go to the embassy, this is what you find. Okay, so Daisy come, don't say hello. Second, 5 seconds are gone. She didn't say hello. She met this guy who doesn't care about Kenyans going to America. I am already mad. I am pissed off. That's what we say in America. She didn't say good morning. You know what I'm going to say? Good morning.
Good morning to you.
What's your name?
My name is Daisy Wakio.
What bring you here?
I'm coming to visit.
Okay, thank you. Give me your documents. Papa, 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 papa. Fail. Okay, what did you say you were going to do?
To visit the United States of America.
Why? What do you want to do there? You are a student. Yeah, you answer.
I want to visit famous sites like the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, so you're going as a student to visit Statue of Liberty, or are you applying for a business visa? What are you applying for? What kind of visa do you want?
A visitor's visa.
Oh, a visitor's visa. So you want to go just visit and come back. Okay. Let me see your finances. You got a bank statement here. Who is sponsoring that?
I am sponsoring myself.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an office administrator.
How long have you done this?
2 years.
Okay, boom, 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 boom. Okay, 2 years. This trip is costing you this. How else do you expect to finance it, assuming, things don't go well there?
I've had savings. I've been saving up for this trip.
Okay, that's good, that's good. Who do you know in America?
I have a friend.
Okay, where does the Fred live?
Massachusetts.
Boom, 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 boom. Now it's a computer talking, I'm researching. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, in your application, you did not feel that you are seeing a Fred or you have a Fred. What happened? Did you just forget?
It came as an afterthought.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Thank you. Now he is thinking, he is looking. He is watching TV actually, what's happening in America. He already finished with this lady. It's a done deal. You're gone. All right, thank you. We'll let you know what happened. This is your yellow slip. We'll let you know. Go back. Bye. See you. That is not what exactly they're told. There are some of them are nicer than her. Now go back, and I want you now, when you come, I want you to say good morning first, okay? And I want you to be authoritative, okay? You are scared. You're not coming strong, like you know what you're trying to do, okay? So I want you to come strong, say good morning first, and let's go.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Wow, what's your name?
My name is Daisy Wakio.
Okay, what doing here?
I'm going to visit the US.
Wow, why do you want to visit the US?
It's a land full of.
Okay, so here's the thing. So this is, you see, the moment she come and she has warmed up the interviewer, my tone as an interviewer changes. Okay? So now, even the question that I thought I would answer hard, sometimes I don't, because I already like her. Okay? But if you come, you're so quiet there, you're so nibbled, you're so worried, the system doesn't work like that. Okay? So, okay. This is teaching moment. Okay? Now that we have that part gone, I wanted to demonstrate that. Is it going to fall? Can you hear me here? Attitude is key. Attitude, number one thing that makes Kenyan fail is attitude when you go to that Muzungu's window. Because we think like God. And I'm sorry, right now, because I'm used to them, I don't care about them. I see them just like I see anybody else. They can't tell me nothing. I can't listen to them. They can't command me. But as Kenyans, when we go to that window, we are shaking. People are like this. And I'm being told, I'm telling the truth, people shake. So what I want Charlotte to do is you walk through that window and say, "Good morning, officer." You call them officer. Don't call them Mrs. Please, America, we have no Mrs., Misters. Don't do that. Because we have LGBTQ, LGBTK, LGBT something. People don't want to call themselves women or men. So don't do that. And those are Americans too. So you go there, and the first thing you do when you go to that window, if they have a badge, pick that name real quick, within second. Okay? Hello. Good morning, Officer Tom. You just started creating that relationship. Okay? And then let them respond. All right? So the next thing they do is they ask you, what bring you here? Okay? What do most Kenya do? I'm going to visit America. No. Be a salesperson. I am excited for the opportunity to go to the land of free. I want to go and visit these places. I've heard good news about Americas. Okay? Blah, 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 blah. Okay? You see what I'm doing? I'm excited about this opportunity for me to go and visit because my dreams has all been that. If you are a student, okay? All right. Charlotte, now you are a student, okay? You are applying for an F1 visa, okay? So you want to go to school. The same thing. Greetings doesn't change regardless of what. So that's what it is, okay? Now, where students mostly fail is on different questions, okay? So they are asked, the first question they always ask is, okay, give me your document. They verify, all right, I can see you want to go to Minnesota School of Law, correct? Why Minnesota? Just say something. It doesn't have to be that. Just say something.
We offer quality education.
All right. Lack of research. They failed already. Yet you have Google, you have Chat AI, you have Chat everything. How can you go to a school and you don't know what it is? Again, be a salesperson. I am excited at the opportunity that Minnesota Law School offers. I've learned a lot about that schools. It has the greatest program in America, in nursing, in IT, in ABCD. I am thrilled because my experiences, my qualification matches this opportunity. Do you see what I do there? I did research, and that guy or a woman who is interviewing you will just be nodding his head like that. Okay? These 1-2 sentences that you guys answer those interviewers don't work with American. They want you to show enthusiasm. They want to see that you know what you're going to do, you know what to learn. Okay? All right? So bring that experiences, how your work experiences. So if they ask, hey, Daisy, what do you do for a living?
I have worked as an office administrator for 2 years.
Okay. Office administration. What is that? Filing? Guys, sell your job. Okay? I am an executive assistant to the largest corporation in Kenya called Githurai and Githurai LLC. It doesn't matter. They don't know these companies. Do they? She just called herself administrative. Okay? I am the managing director of Kahawa Sukari. They don't know. Sell yourself. You could be filing. And that's not all. I want you to sell that and say, hey, I'm very experienced. I'm an office administrator of the largest corporation in Kenya, and my roles give me the right experience, the correct experience that matches the exact courses I want to go and advance. And what course? He's going to probably ask you, what training is that? Then you got to be a genius because you did your research. It's not about filing. It's about how can we link these technologies to the future world. I'm moving to the future. Make them know that you're very intelligent, okay? So what I'm saying is when you go out there, Daisy, you're not just saying one sentence and waiting for them to. In fact, the more you talk and give them material, the less question they have because they have no time. Make them happy, then 5 of the questions they intended to ask, they're gone. They say, okay, good. Here, visa, okay. So we got it. Who do you know is in America? Oh, let me ask the way they usually ask it. Who is sponsoring your trip or your education?
I am sponsoring my trip.
Where's your aunt?
Sorry?
Where is your aunt and what does she do?
She's in Massachusetts,
Okay, what does she do there?
director of surveillance.
Okay, well, that's a good answer. But you see, you're waiting for me to ask. When they ask who is your sponsor, spill the beans. Well, my aunt who lives in Massachusetts is the head of aviation unit of this company, okay? As a leader of that company, he has sufficient funds to cover my tuition for the program. For the 4 years I'll be there, okay? That's how you sell your aunt. Because why did they ask that question? Because they want to show you, because you don't have funds, they can give you a visa. So it's your job to prove to them that you have enough funds to finance your education. Why? Because as a student, you're not allowed to work, okay, the first year. So you got to show them that you have funding, okay? Now, here's where other people fail. She said her aunt or whoever in Massachusetts, yet her bank statement is from Kenya. That's what they fail, okay? Because the aunt who is in Massachusetts, as diasporan, we can sponsor you in writing. We can say we'll sponsor, we'll house you. But we rarely give a statement. We don't. The diaspora lady told you this, okay? You're married or you're not married, we do not give our bank statement. Nobody wants to show what they are making because you start asking us for money left, right. So don't ask me why. I talk the truth, I spill the bean, I'm not shy about it. We don't give statements, okay? So if your aunt, if you tell them it's somebody abroad sponsoring you, you better make sure a statement is coming from there. If it is somebody local, you better make sure, this is a mistake I see a lot with Kenyans. They put money a month just before she's going for the interview. These Americans are not stupid. When they ask for a bank statement, they want to see that money has been there for a long time. You just didn't borrow from KK and JJ and FF and you put it there to meet the deposit to sponsor her. Because they know as soon as she is on the flight, the next day Kamau Jogona ask you for their money back. I know you're smiling, but that's what you all do. That's all you all do. If I was here, I would do the same. But I'm making you smarter. When you're looking for a sponsor, think of it early on, who can that be? And explain to them, you don't want their money, you just want to make sure that it has money sufficient, it has a history, okay? Because that's a requirement, okay? Then the next thing, which is what makes a lot of people fail, do you have any assets here other than the bank statement?
No, I don't.
Okay. And then once you finish school, what are you planning to do?
I intend to come back to my home country.
Why?
My whole life is here. My parents are here.
Great answer, but we call those delayed answers. Because you're waiting for me to ask the question for you to answer. Once you're prompt, and it's something that you can expound, and you're not gonna trick you, and I'm gonna talk about the other side where you keep quiet. You don't talk too much. This is where now you expound yourself. Do you plan to come back? Yes. Remember what you told them before? You said, yes, I have this great job where I'm doing A, B, C, D. I'm the executive assistant to this. My company is willing to hire me back, especially when I go there, get trained, get advanced, learn more. You know what? This is my hometown. I have all these family ties. We have Christmas. We have everything that we do as my family. So I'm coming back. I guarantee you I'm going to come back. Nothing will maybe, and then they will ask you, do you ever get homesick? They may not ask you that. Tell them, okay? Tell them one of the problems you have is being homesick, okay? So if you have traveled to Tanzania, bring those as examples and say, guess what? I traveled to Tanzania for a couple days. I almost died of homesickness, okay? Okay? Or my home is in Dalet. I live in Nairobi. I'm always homesick. Every weekend I have to go there. One time I missed the bus. I couldn't drink tea the next day. I was homesick. Now, why is that possible? In the beginning, you establish a relationship. Remember how you approach them? That's how they turn you into. If you are hard, solid, front face, not happy, they're going to kill you there with questions. Okay? Thank you so much. Can we clap for her? All right, come over, my friend. Can you remind our friends in the house who you are? What's your name?
My name is David.
Awesome. And David, why do you intend to immigrate to America?
I'm excited with the opportunity I have to expand on my academics, to take my master's.
Okay, so we're going to start the way we started with Daisy, now that I know what you want to do, okay? So I'm here. I am Miss Charlene, and I'll try to cover that voice. I don't know whether I can do well, but I want you to do the same thing. So you're coming for the interview, you're D-Day. What did you eat for breakfast the day of the interview? You probably didn't eat because you're so nervous. Okay? I want you next time, you have to have that dwashe, doma, mandazi, na buddha. Okay? So don't stop eating like Kenyans do. They don't eat the day of the interview. Ati wasiende cho. Eat kula kwanza. Ukienda cho uende mapema, okay? All right, come on. Come here now. First time, just like she did, I want you to come and don't say good morning. I am going to be the one saying good morning. Okay? So we are meeting somebody nicer now. Okay? All right? Which name do you want to go by? Which name do you want to go by? You don't have to go by your name. Which name do you want to use? We can use a different name.
Vincent.
Vincent, okay. So go back and come. Good morning, Vincent.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
You look good.
Thank you.
Yeah, what do you do for a living?
I am a teacher by profession.
Oh, okay. And I see you want to go to America. Why do you want to go to America?
Yes, I'm excited the opportunity to take my master's there.
Okay. So are you planning to be a teacher? Or what course do you want to study?
Okay, I want to improve on the course I was teaching, that is mathematics.
Okay. All right, let's go back there. Much better. But here's the issue we always have. Your background is in finance. And then you apply to go do nothing. All the paperwork you have, you're taking to the embassy, say, accounting, finance, godhirako, boom, 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 nothing else. Haujasoma nothing hata kitu kidogo. Halafu unaambia mzungu, I want to go and master nothing. You don't laugh, because I see that all the time. Okay? It's easier when you have not gone to school, when you have not done any courses, and you go and do nursing. Okay? It's easier. But if you are in sciences, try and stick to sciences. All right? Try and advance yourself there. When you finish college and you can see your qualification were very strong in math, sciences, biology, don't take history and CRE as the basis for your visa. Go and do something related to whatever your strength is, okay? So that's what we want to do. All right, so let's reverse. So here's what we're going to do, okay? I'm going to be asking questions that I want you to answer, and then I want to see how you answer them, correct? All right. So, Vincent, I see, do you have anybody in America? Do you have anybody in America?
I have a cousin there who is a doctor by profession. And he is the one who is sponsoring my trip.
Okay. Good question. You see how he has tied that? I have a cousin and tied it to the sponsorship. Let's assume he is nowhere in your record. You just have a cousin. Answer that now. But he is not sponsoring you. Just say, do you have anybody in America, currently in America?
Yes, I have an aunt who lives there.
Okay. Don't exaggerate. If they are not helping you with the translation, sponsorship, that's a yes answer and you leave it there. Stop adding cobwebs because they're going to start digging you. And she is not helping you in the application process. If you see a question that they are trying to dig you to see whether you have relative over there, and those relatives are not helping you in the sponsorship, you don't need to go on beyond that. Why is this very important? Because if you have ties there, you have a higher likelihood of not coming back. Do you see that? So yes, people get tricked there. They say, yes, I have an uncle there who went to America 3 years ago. He is doing very well. He is doing ABCD. Who asked you all that? Just say yes and move on, okay? So shorten your question if the question is not going to help you. So how do you win interviews? You win them the first 3 seconds of the question, okay? You win the first 3 seconds of that question. Why? Because within 3 seconds, you have to first think real quick. Why is he asking that question? Why? Because your answer has to match what he is asking. Okay? So those people that I meet, that's the first teaching I do. As soon as I ask a question, you need to be real quick. Why do they want this information? They want to trick me to fail me. Then you be quick to figure the answer. So, do you have an aunt in US? Yes. Keep it there. If they ask what they do, just say, I don't know what they do. I have no communication with them. If they are not sponsoring you. If they are sponsoring you, you say yes. They are the same. They are the one who are sponsoring me. They are doing well for themselves. They work for non-profit organizations. They are humanitarians. Boom, 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 boom. Don't start saying they are very rich. No, just bring good things. Yeah, they work for these organizations that help the people who are homeless, blah, blah, even if she doesn't do that. I'm not trying to teach you to lie, but ask your aunt whether she donates money to churches or she helps this organization, and you can use those snippets to do what? As nuggets to help that cause, okay? So, all right, so I see, where did you go to school? Where did you go to school?
Where did I go to school?
Where did you go to school?
Okay, I attended.
Okay, so why did you choose Minnesota College?
Okay, Minnesota College offers an extensive studies to improve on my career and profession.
Did you look up? Did you apply to any other college?
No, I don't. I've not.
Typical question. Typical question of Kenyans, and typical answers of Kenyans. Did you apply to any other college? No. So that tells the officer that somebody told you who live in Minnesota about their school? Because think about it, you are Kenyan. How do you only know one school in America? How? Is it even realistic? Somebody must have told you about the Minnesota school, isn't it? So what is the expectation here? The expectation is you have to research at least 3 schools. So the answer should be, yes, I researched and applied to 4 schools, all 3. 3 of them admitted me, accepted me. I chose Minnesota because, number 1, it has the best professor in mathematics, which is the course you're going to do, or in whatever. They are well renowned for the research activities, which I plan to do, blah, 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 blah. Why is that important? Because the moment you show that it's just not one university that was admitting you, it's more than just one, guess what? The interviewer starts thinking, yeah, well, this probably is somebody that Americans want. Okay? So think of that. Don't just apply to one, just research many school, apply to many school. What if 3 out of 4 rejected you? Do you tell them that? Do you? No, that's not their business. None of their business. So if you know 3 schools rejected you, you just say, yes, I applied to 4 schools. I chose the one I liked. Do you see how you switch the conversations? If she asks, what about the other 4 schools? I'm still waiting. A lot of them are asking for more documentations. I am going to give to them because I still believe I can do it. But I don't want to wait because this school that has already admitted you, they're about to open in August. I want to go there and get it going. You know how you sell yourself? That's how you sell yourself, okay? Yes, we are not all talented in getting those responses within 3 seconds. But you can help yourself by preparing. That's why as lawyers, we're there to coach you, okay? So if you go to somebody who is telling you they are going to help you apply for visas, and they are not coaching you on those questions, please find your next bus home and find somebody else because they are not helping your cause, okay? And before you give money to anyone, okay, ask to see evidence of their success. Tell them to explain a story to you. What question are people asked? What are the challenges? Blah, 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 blah. Okay? That way we don't have all these cries and wails of people being scammed. Okay? So, thank you. Thank you. Can you clap for him? Where's my timekeeper? How am I doing? Huh? Okay. Right on time. Excellent. Because I'm almost. Can you put my slide for closing? Now, who has a question here that I need to answer? Any question online? Okay. Give my cousin.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm very keen to know what sort of statement they look for. Are they looking for a lump sum on the statement or the transaction history of that statement? What exactly? Do you need to put like money 6 months ahead? Yeah.
No,
because you will you usually use the money as time goes on.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
what
yeah.
do they exactly look for?
Great question. Great questions. Great question. So, and that's it's very valid and timely question because at the end of the day, the account has to be operating. If you only have one deposit, don't go with it. Say you put 300,000, a million in the account, none other transactions ever happened since that money was put. That's not a bank statement. That is hawks. We call them hawks statements. Okay? That's fraud. You could be investigated for fraud. Okay? So they want an account that is operating. They want an account that could be subtraction, addition. So whoever the sponsor is, they could just go withdraw 50,000 this week. Next week, they bank 25. They wait another week. They bank another 25. The 50 is back. That's what I always advise people. They could be paying cell phone out of there. They could be paying gas out of there. Okay? And then redepositing. Because what you're trying to do, if you're going to America, there is no static amount that they need to see in a statement. Because we are all not of the same equal. But if you are a student and your first tuition is 20,000 US dollars, do the maths, multiply. So they want certain millions there to cover at least the first 1 year of tuition. So if you don't have that, then you have a problem, okay? But if the account is operating and they can see you are probably doing business, they may be able to pass you through that. But don't put one lump sum from your friends and call it a day. That's failing. More questions? Yes. Give the mic to Daisy. And we have another mic here.
Okay, so my question is, as someone who has been denied several times, do they look like the first yes to 60, the second one, do they look whether the information you put there is matching or?
Yeah, consistency is key. The only thing we allow or they allow to change is anything change of life. You got married, you got a kid, those are acceptable, okay? But you can say you are a doctor, and the next application you say you are a teacher. You can say you are 5'4", 5 feet, 4 whatever. The next day you are 6 foot because you're gonna go play basketball, okay? You can say I was 150 pounds and now I'm 145. That's naturally accepted. So think of it as if it is anything that can naturally happen to a human being, that's accepted. If it is document conflicts, no. Good?
There's a question here. What level of education allows you to get maybe a green card or get employed in the US?
Okay, so a green card, I mean, when you talk about a green card, when you talk about a green card, it means you have a permit to work. And you can get a green card in all the different ways are covered. It could be a lottery, you don't need any level of education. I think they require you to have gone to school and finished grade 4. So if you get a green card through a family-based, then there's no education. Somebody is filing for you. So there is no specific education that you have to file other than what they require for you to apply for that green card. For example, if you win a lottery, they ask you what is your highest grade of education. It could be Form 4, it's okay. It could be high school, it's all right. You want a green card. If it is a family-based, they don't care about that, okay? It's not who they're benefiting. They're benefiting me, who is the citizen. I'm the one applying, and according to the Constitution of America, I have rights now as an American. One of those rights is to bring my family. So they don't care about you I'm bringing. As long as you don't have criminal history, they don't care what education you have if I'm bringing you. What they care about is Joe an American? Okay? Because by the Constitution, and they should honor that. Okay? Now, let's all be careful now. Trump is trying to do away with that. Okay? Luckily for America, we have 2 more years of him, and we get another president. We're praying hard he comes so soon before he changes law. Because he can change laws and say, even if you are American and you are not born in America, you can't bring anyone. Right now, he just proposed last week, 3 months ago, that somebody like me, who is a Kenyan, an American citizen, my children, if they are born in America, they are still illegal. Can you imagine? I'm a citizen, or you're married by a citizen, you are Kenyan, you go there, get married to a citizen, you have children, those children become illegal. My kids, the moment they were born, they were American citizens. They want to change that law. We are fighting it, and hopefully we'll be successful. More questions before we close?
Yes, I have one here. So, do you need to explain gap years in your papers or school?
Say that again, Daisy.
Do you need to explain gap years in your papers or school? Like you went to school and then your transcripts?
Yes, I have seen that. I have seen that. And yes, you do. And that's a case where if they ask, be ready to answer. If they don't ask, don't really open that can of worm. So this is how I would answer it. And this is where smart people in investigations and learning help you. If you have gap in education, always use it in your advantage. Okay? Hey, yes, I broke 1 year from school because I wanted to go and support these organizations in Garissa, which has dire need of people to go work for non-profit. See how I put that? You're trying to fill gap with something you did positive to the society. It could be also, yes, my mom could not afford fees then, so I was homeschooled, okay? And it worked better for me because I even improved my grades because I took online classes. Online classes doesn't have to be registered. You could be reading a novel, no one but you, okay? Things fall apart. That's learning, okay? You could be listening to YouTubes. That's learning. So yes, you need to fill the gap, but don't tell them before they ask. And if they ask, be smart at it. Just tell them, yes, I was doing extracurricular activities that helped my education, or I took a break because you are helping the society somewhere, or things of that nature. How many more questions do I have to take? Oh gosh, sister, do you have to ask?
You can take 2 more.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for this far, my bro. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And I know I have question. My Oasis 98, they are really watching. We school together. And my church in Thika and my friend Eunice is really watching. So I have a question. You are really talking about the youth. What about us who are older and we don't need to go to school? Which is the easiest way for us to go? Is it a visit visa or is it a business visa? Because I can see you are dwelling much on the youth. What about us? They are called which generation? Millennials. They are forgotten ones, eh? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sis. Great questions. The millennials should retire. Mumekula pesa ya serikali sana, you should just stay here. No, kidding aside. So yes, there is different way to do that. So, and I covered most of those visas when I covered it. So business visa is one. You can go and a businessman, it's called B1, B2, and that will get you to America. But remember, B1, B2, it's time for 6 months. So 6 months you have to be back home or out of the country. We can extend it as lawyers. Maybe we'll say umepata homa kubwa or something, okay? We can try and do that, get you another 6 months, but clearly. So visitors is not usually good. Boom, boom, boom. The church one helps because that's 2 years. You can come with the church, do that. Now, let me tell you something about business visa. Business visas is the guy who is talking right now. That's me, okay? That's me. I went with a B1 as a visitor, and now I'm a citizen. Now remember, I went close to 30 years ago. We didn't have Trumpers. We didn't have Trump. Things were not as hard as now, okay? So you can go as a visitor, you violate, after the 6 months you're supposed to come back, you throw your passport, you burn it, and you stay without papers. You start doing odd job, and then luckily you meet somebody there, they marry you, or mununue makaratasi, siendi, hey, yo, rub that one, whatever I just said, let's edit it. I just forgot I'm American, I'll go to jail. Hey. We'll have to edit that. Yeah, so, boom, 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 okay? Yeah, it can happen. So, B1, B2, we can do that. It takes time, it takes a lot of money, okay, to do that. And it's not even easy now, okay? That's why it wasn't easy for me then, it's even harder now. Money, if you have money, if you have 800,000, please don't go to America, invest here. Why would you go to America if you have $800,000? What are you going to do there? It's not going to make you more money than it can make you here. We're talking, you are a millionaire here. Why are you going there? That's why I said, we don't use that here. The most people who use that kind of thing is politicians, because what they do, they come and say, hey, Joe, I want to set up a company to build homes there. Because they have not just 800,000, they have billions. So they can come and invest and make money there. Okay? But if you are middle income earner, the only thing you have is that 800,000, use it here. It's going to make you more money. Okay? Do you see the difference? Politicians, once they steal from here, hiyo usilabu, siwaogopi. Kasongo wa naiba. Put it there. They're not going to do anything to me. I'm an American. Once they eat, and steal from the Kenyans. They come up there, they invest, they hide their money in Seychelles and Cayman Island, and they buy land in America. Okay, that's what they do. That visa type is for them. Okay, because that's what they do. And that's not their money, it's your money they are stealing. A lot of them do that. So when you hear them, they are coming to US to visit on government work. No. They come, Kenyan embassy in US, one day, the next day wako Ohio, kuangalia nyumba zao ziko namna gani. Or California, or whatever, that's what they do. I don't hate politicians, but I've seen the worst of them. Because I've seen these roads, zenyu hazija jengwa. 30 years I left the same. Okay, last question. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. I would like to ask whether is it easy processing whatever you want to do in the US as a B1, or processing whatever you want to process, maybe going to the US to study while in Kenya? Which one is much better?
Say that again. So option one is you go to US as a B1.
As a B1.
And you process your paper there.
Yeah.
Option two.
And then option two, you process your papers from here. Which one?
As a what?
Maybe you want to go to study to the US, you
So
process it from here, yeah.
So, okay, those are two different type of visas. So student is F1. It's easier to get an F1, and some people it's easier to get a B1. It depends on your background, what you do, where you're going to visit. You know, like me, when I applied for my B1, there was no issues. I had a history of traveling outside the country, which helped then, okay? I had a history of being a businessman, which helped, okay? So B1, if you have that kind of a history, it's very easy, okay? F1 student is easy if you have answered all those questions that we talked, right? You know what you're going to do up there. You have been accepted by school. It's easy. Now, what is the differences? The differences is when you get there, what happened? When you get there on a B1, you only have 6 months because it's done for 6 months. So you have to come out of the country, okay? For student, you are legally there until end of your program. And once your program ends, we can apply what you call OPT, which is work permit. Once your work permit ends, then you're in the same shenanigan as somebody who doesn't have papers. Now, what do some people do? They keep studying. They keep studying. They do the first degree. They do that. They do the fourth. They do the fifth. Okay? That's why some people will remain student forever. It costs money, but that's the only option they have. Or maybe when they get there and they are students, they start dating an American and they get married. Okay? Yeah, but if they're from other countries, they could be lucky, there is war, they start changing their F1 to another visa, which is possible. You can go with one visa type and change to the other. But there is different requirement for each visa that lawyers will help you navigate. Put the last slide, please. All right, so we are coming to a close, and first of all, I wanna say this. So I like that quote there. Your struggle is your strength. Outwork privileges every day. Many of us don't have those privileges. You don't have the privilege of being born from a rich family. You don't have a privilege of being married to a rich family. So what do you have to do? You have to outwork it. Okay? The privilege we all have is the privilege to live one day at a time. And if God has blessed you with another day of your life, take that as a privilege and outwork it. Anytime you struggle, make that your strength. All right? So I hope these sessions gave you hope that your dreams can become a reality one day. But you need support, and you need a supporting system. That's why I brought my colleagues here, because I cannot do it alone. There are things locally, I'm not licensed here for any corporate businesses, and we'll need that in some of these things. You need a bank statement. You need to show that you have land. You need all that. My learned friend here can help you with all that one day. Okay? Or your cousin, or your friend, do that. Okay? You need a bank that can work with you. This journey is not easy when you don't have a bank, because we don't operate on cash. So that's why I brought this team. So lastly, I want to call all my team here. Where are they? Can you all come here? That way we close. I do want to thank all of you for. Are we good? Yeah. So everybody who worked on this team, I want to introduce you here as we close. But here is what I want to do. I want to thank all of you, and those people who are online watching, YouTube, Facebook, whatever.